trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Councilmember Natalie Rowan.
Present.
Councilmember Peggy Jarrett. Councilmember Robert Swear. Mayor Pro Tem Dan Doyle.
Here.
Councilmember David Merrill.
Here.
Councilmember Raymond Lewis.
Present.
And Councilmember Calvin Bagnall.
Here.
Mayor Curry, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Public comment, I don't know if you have any, because it's all city people. The next agenda item is acceptance of the minutes of the September 2nd meeting as published on Friday, September 12th.
I move.
Motion by Mr. Bagnall, second by Mr. Doyle. Is there any discussion? Any objection? No objection, motion carries. The next agenda item, we have someone here this evening to address the council, Mr. Edward Landry, who is announcing his candidacy for city judge.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I believe all of you folks, and this is kind of a new game for me. I've never been in politics before, so I'm kind of learning all the rules of the things that, you can and you should do in order to introduce yourself. So I'm probably a little late in this process, but I wanted to come by and introduce myself formally to the council, that being that I am a candidate for city court judge, which I'm assuming, unless you've been holed up in your house, there is a race going on, okay, by the way, and it's all over the place. But I've been practicing law for 31 years with the firm of Landry Watkins, Rapaskin Bro. Name has changed a few times with some retirements or whatever, but I have a great deal of experience. I believe that I have more years under my belt than most of the candidates. That's not a knock to the other candidates by any means. I just believe I have the experience, and I believe I have the temperament to do the job. I think that the city court judge position is a very important job, in a sense that it is the court that most people don't realize that it's probably one of the most important to the citizens of a town, because that's the courtroom where most of them at some point in their careers or their lives have some interest in, and that's where they end up going to resolve disputes. So albeit it's the city court position, I believe it's a position that most of the citizens respect and look forward to having somebody in there that is going to be fair and is going to run it the appropriate way. And not to take up any more of your time, but I ask that you strongly consider me for the position. Your vote is as important to me as anybody else's vote. And if at any time during the process of the race you have any questions for me, you know where to find me. Just give me a call, and I would be happy to answer any questions with regards to what my thoughts are about the city court judge position. And I want to thank you for allowing me to come and make this presentation.
Thank you. We
Thank you.
appreciate you taking the time to come.
Mr. Lewis.
Mr. Landry, I gotta say publicly that I am asking all of the people that live within my district to go out and support your candidacy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why? Because excuse me, it was a side something, and I caught it. Because when I knocked your doors many years ago, I was the first African American to probably put a political sign on Main Street. Not probably, I was. After I threw you out the courtroom, you still did that much for me.
He did throw me
A cup
out the
of coffee. Why? Your family, Smitty, and your mother are people of great, great integrity.
Thank you.
And with your watching your statesmanship and your representation in the courtroom, I know you're second to none. We have some interesting candidates, I would say, besides you, but my lot is cast asking people to support Edward Landry for city
Thank you.
judge. And this is my comment, because I'm done with you. I would never ask anyone to go out and support Trey Hike Ted Height for judge. I got 1.5 million reasons why not.
Mr. Lewis,
In legal fees. In legal fees on this city. And you wonder why we can't get
this is not.
playground equipment. They shutting parks down.
Turn the camera off, please. Turn the camera off.
If you have a question,
Not out of order.
The next agenda
Right on
item
point.
is a resolution, Madam Clerk.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement with the Iberia Parish Law Enforcement District. the sheriff,
1.5
for
million
lease
reasons
of office space.
why not to vote for Height.
Mr. Lewis, you are out of order. And please, make note in the minutes.
You
that
cannot
he's out of
remove
order.
me.
I've told him 3 times.
You
that
cannot
he's
remove
out
me.
of order. I can with the vote of this
No,
council.
well, I like to see one of them vote that way. I'd like
You
to.
are out of order.
I like to see.
Would we please move to the resolution, Madam Clerk?
A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement with the Iberia Parish Law Enforcement District, the sheriff, for lease of office space at City Hall.
We have a motion. Motion by Mr. Doyle,
second.
second by Mr. Spear. Is there any discussion? Any objection? No objection, motion carries. Welcome, Mr. Rath. The next agenda item, Madam Clerk,
A
is a resolution.
A resolution to authorize the mayor to submit to the Louisiana Department of Social Service Office of Community Service 2014 shelter grant application.
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Merrill,
Second.
second by Mr. Daniel. Is there any discussion? Any objection? No objection, motion carries. Yes.
Point your microphone a little closer to you.
Can't hear. All right. Thank you.
4C, a resolution requesting the Iberia Parish government enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the city of New Iberia to clean the Rodair Canal.
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
I'm sorry. who made that? Mr. Merrill?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bagnell. Is there any discussion? We have Mr. Landry here in case you have questions about the Rodair Canal and the request and why we're doing it.
Yeah, could you
Whose
explain
district is it in?
where is that exactly?
Rodale Canal, where is it?
That's it.
It's
Let me
pictures.
explain to you.
Huh?
I think there's something in your packet.
There's-
There's a picture in
You
there.
might not be able to
Might
follow.
help.
But just who
That's
district?
right back,
But what
That's
district
in the parish.
it actually do over there?
right back at Old Doll Wholesale,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
right next to,
In the back, all the way
right next to the Freeman's Menace Storage.
past the
Okay.
The Freemans have requested that the city cleans it, and we don't have the equipment to do it, so we asking for help through the parish.
Is the whole canal in the city limits?
Yes, it goes all the way to all the property that y'all bought for the sewage plant, so that James Segura tract back at Doll Wholesale is also in the city limits. So,
Big canal?
and the Menace Storage is in the city limits.
And that's, this canal, does it drain most of Acadian Acres?
No,
Or not?
it drains the St. Mary Street area.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
I got a question. Is it real bad? I'm saying for them to be requesting it, is they having problems or something?
It's full of trees, and when you get trees in a canal like that, you're gonna have obstructions.
Right.
So far, we, not having that much problems in the St. Mary area, but we will. I mean,
Any other residents besides the Freemans have
no,
requested
no.
anything?
Anyone
Leroy,
else? Mr. Bagnell?
That drains out towards Avery Canal?
That drains to the commercial.
Commercial, okay,
It crosses 14 right by Center Point.
yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's where they go fishing all the time.
Right,
Right,
right down
exactly.
there.
That's right.
It goes all the way to the port.
But that work will be done further, closer to the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Lewis?
On a common note, Mr. Leroy, I want to thank you for assisting and the council for getting that intergovernmental agreement done with Commercial Canal, because it couldn't have come at a better time when they got the work done. And I want to thank you for your involvement in that process.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis.
Any further questions concerning the Rodair Canal? Okay, Is there any objection to sending the resolution to the government for approval? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Leroy. The next agenda item, Madam Clerk, is another resolution.
A resolution expressing support of Constitutional Amendment 3 and Constitutional Amendment 10 to assist municipalities in the fight against blighted property.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Merrill,
Second.
second by Mr. Bagnell. Is there any
Would you
discussion?
kind of explain,
You'll
just
explain
to
it
make
for the
sure?
citizens.
This is a constitutional amendment, number 3, and we certainly want to ask everyone to vote in favor of it. It's, we discussed it, LMA is supporting it. What it is it gives the opportunity for you to hire a third party to assist with your taxes. We're doing it now, and so is, the parish government with their delinquent taxes, the sheriff's collection. We have Archon that comes in after the certain date at the end of the year. I think it's at the end of January. We turn everything over to Archon, and they collect our taxes. And they're also working with us on blighted property and trying to get clear title with some of the adjudicated properties. But it was found in the Constitution that there was some statement where municipalities and governments had to collect their own taxes, and many municipalities are contracting out these services. So this has to be cleared up, and, certainly hope that everyone will vote yes, and that, they're asking for support, LMA is, of this particular, constitutional amendment from all municipalities.
Mayor, is there some kind of new law against adjudicated property?
Well, they're trying to make it easier to get clear title, and these, Archon is working very closely with, the legislature in trying to get laws passed that will make it easier to put adjudicated property back into commerce.
But they had a meeting one time at the slime on that adjudicated property. I can't tell you how to explain.
We may have
It was something was
time
going
back.
new, okay.
But we have hired Archon, and it's working great.
Archon.
Archon, and y'all had approved it, we've been doing it for about 2 or 3 years. They're doing a great job of collecting delinquent taxes, and we give them the list of all of the adjudicated properties, they advertise them online, they're doing everything that they can to try and get clear title and turn these properties over.
And Mayor, for the,
Yes.
For those properties, are they trying to do it like the blighted properties where as soon as you purchase, it automatically become your property, or?
Oh, that's another thing, there's another amendment where they reduce the time from 3 years to 18 months.
That's what
To
I want.
18 months,
Okay.
which they're trying to make it easier to, turn this property over, like you said.
And they had said
for the
something.
public's,
Oh, go ahead,
for the public's
Bagnell?
purposes, when you take on this third party to do your collecting for you, we don't pay them anything, basically. They do the work, and when they collect, they keep a percentage of it. So it doesn't cost the city
They charge
taxpayers
a fee.
any,
They
they charge a
charge
fee.
a late fee
Right.
to
But
whomever
the-
they collect, but it costs us
But we as a
nothing.
city don't pay anything
Right,
out of
we
it.
don't pay
Okay.
anything.
And it helps us collect.
Right.
I want to ask this, because maybe I might have missed the boat, I'm going to put myself back on the boat. They said somewhere that if a person buys some adjudicated property after a length of time, if the person try to get it back, they got to pay a certain amount.
They have to pay everything back.
Right.
They have to pay, if somebody buys.
Not the tax, I'm talking about like it's some,
Improvement you do, they gotta pay you for them.
yeah.
And whatever the person put out too, you have to pay
Yeah,
that back.
3 years.
They said something about $10,000, like I heard something.
If you do any in
It's
it.
3 years.
3 years where they can go back, but they have to reimburse the person that.
It's
purchased
18
their
months
property,
now.
Everything that they've spent, and sometimes there's a fee attached to it also.
Now, as elected official, I wasn't, as elected official, we cannot buy the property. Am I correct?
No,
Huh?
elected officials, not a problem.
We can?
Yeah, there's nothing that prohibits it.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. Yes, certainly.
I heard different though. I didn't know that. I
I
heard
thought we couldn't buy it while we was in office, any kind of
I had never.
transaction.
I heard that before too. I
You
didn't
too,
know that
huh?
you could-
Make
I
sure.
did.
It's usually a bidding process anyway, you bidding, so it's not like they're setting a price for you, you're bidding against anybody else out
Okay.
there.
I'm listening.
Okay, does anybody object?
No.
No objection, motion carries. The next agenda item is ordinance adoption, but we have first a public hearing. Ordinance 2014. Yes, go ahead.
An ordinance fixing the terms of the sale of 140.81 acres, 107.81 usable acres, more or less, of industrial land comprised of 14 separate parcels located within the confines of the Port of Iberia, Iberia Parish, Louisiana.
So,
Okay, well, at this time, we need a motion to open the public hearing.
yes,
A motion by Mr. Merrill, a second by Mr. Rack. And is there anybody opposed to open the public hearing? Motion carries. Is there anyone from the audience that would like to speak concerning, the sale of the property, the city's property to the Port of Iberia? Since no one is in the audience that would like to address this particular topic, I'd ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
I'd like to
Motion
ask
by
a
Mr. Merrill. Wait,
question
wait,
on the
okay,
voting, okay.
and let's, a second by Mr. Bagno. Is there any objection to closing the public hearing? Okay, let's put the motion on the floor. Madam Clerk, an ordinance 5B.
An ordinance fixing the terms of a sale of 140.81 acres, 107.81 usable acres, more or less of industrial land comprised of
I don't
14 separate
understand.
parcels located within the confines of the Port of Iberia, Iberia
Make
Parish,
that
Louisiana.
We have a motion.
Yes.
A motion by Mr. Merrill, a second by Mr. Bagno. Discussion, Mr. Rack?
I got so upset I forgot what I wanted to say. Let it go.
Okay, is there
No,
anyone-
I know what it is. I wanted to say when a person make a motion and they're very clear about it, and the mistake is made to call the other person, I've been getting comments on that. You need to pay more closer when a person make a motion, and then for instance, I might be me and you call Mr. Bagno. A lot of people ask me why that's done. I know you're making a mistake, or maybe you don't hear.
I'll ask, Ms. Ellis to kind of keep an eye and notice if I don't hear the right person then, because I'm sorry, I'm not doing it on purpose.
No, but it happened to me 3 times just now in the room. Okay, no problem.
Okay, is there any discussion concerning the property?
I would just like to ask this council that we look at all properties that we have available, Mayor, that we, we got property on Amador. I know some people are interested in where the old sewage plant used to be. I know the plant itself, we gotta keep as a pumping station, but where those tanks used to be, they got people that are interested in buying that. We maintaining all that property is costing us money. We need to look at all the property that we can get rid of that we don't need,
Yeah.
no more than just sell it,
Yeah.
We need a street sweeper right now. We need all kind of equipment we could be buying.
That's great, but can we just kind of stick to the topic
Well,
right now on the property,
I-
on the Port property?
Oh, so we
Is there
can't talk
anybody
about.
that has anything that they would like to say concerning the sale of the property to the court?
Mayor,
No discussion. Mr. Lewis?
oh yeah, I have something on this one. Square, sit back and watch the ride. Enjoy. I think we need to do this, and we talking about this, but this is a sale, and I'm in agreements with Mr. Swear. We got prime property around here. We don't have the tax base, our tax base struggling. We might finish off with a 1%, bring us over through budget. We might have survived that, but we need to look at the other properties we own. That old pump station is by my house. I mean, it's prime land now. You don't have that smell, that odor on Amador. You don't have, I'm looking at where the Civic Center is proposed to be built. Our economy here, we're not adding to our population. They're moving. And maybe we need to really consider looking at the other properties that the city do own. And then just shutting it, saying no.
Yeah.
We need to look at our future. If we truly about leaving this thing in a better way, in a better shape for our next mayor and council, whoever that may be, we need to look at financially leaving them.
Certainly will do that. There
Okay.
are some reasons why some of the property has never been put up for sale, and we can talk about that later.
Okay.
But, we have a list of all of the city's property. Most of it is not as valuable as you would think it is, and we can tell you about it another time.
Oh.
Is there anyone else that would like to discuss the sale of the court property? Mr. Rack?
I have to agree that we need to buy the property to put ourselves in better shape than what we are. And I do agree with Mr. Spear and Mr. Lurie, because someone wanna buy property on the corner of Hopkins and Lombard. We need to look, not Lombard, Hopkins and West Pershing. They wanna buy that vacant lot. But, we need to look into it, but I'm in much agreement of buying the property with the post. I think it's a good offer and it's at the right time. That's what I think.
Anyone else have any comments concerning the sale of the Ford property? Okay, I would ask you to please vote your machines. Motion carries unanimously. The next agenda item is introduction of ordinance to set for public hearing on October 7th, 2014. Madam Clerk?
An ordinance amending section 75021-9 Code of Ordinances relating to the expanding the hours of operation of the mobile food units from 10 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Wait. 10 a.m. to 7 a.m.? 10 a.m.
From
to
10
7.
a.m., you're gonna change it from, well, it's actually gonna be, go to 7, but the way it
7.
was written from 10, then you wanted to
That's
start at
just-
7, correct?
7.
Yeah.
From 10
Yeah.
a.m.
From 10 to
That's
7.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's correct.
Yeah, we
We're
amended.
going from 10 to 7.
Yeah.
That's just the title of it.
It's like you reading it backwards.
That's
Yeah,
what-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's expanding it, but it's expanding it forward instead of back.
Yes, correct. You just
Okay,
need to
all
set
we're
it.
doing right now is voting to
Yeah.
set it for public hearing. And publish it once, on October, we set it for public hearing on October 7th and publish it once. I need a motion and a second to get it on the floor and then if you want to discuss. I'm sorry, who made the motion? I'll put it on her.
I'll make the motion.
Just
I'm
go
gonna
in.
ask y'all to say it loud and clear.
Motion.
Motion by
Second.
Second.
We gonna have,
Second by
Mr. Merrill.
Mr. Merrill, and Mr. you would please help me, because I can't always hear them.
Or like a buzzer.
I'm not purposely ignoring you, Mr. Ryan.
no, but she made the
Motion and a
motion, and when she said motion, I said second. Not.
Oh, well, let Mr. Rackson second, it don't
So,
matter.
but that's all right. You gotta get it together.
Give it to Mr.
We'll let
Rackson
Mr.
second,
Rack
that's fine.
Okay, you don't want to feel slighted.
No, I don't feel slighted. As I told you, some people won't wonder why I don't never make a motion. They read the paper,
Okay.
and sometimes I do, and I think Natalie and Spears right here, and you call way out of the clear blue sky. That's not in my control, but I do want the people in the listening area to know that I do make some motion. By mistake, somebody else has put down.
No problem, Mr. Rack.
Now, I'm not slighted.
Everybody's gonna help me make sure I get the right person. Okay, is there any discussion concerning these changes to, the mobile food unit ordinance? Is there any discussion? Okay, any objection to setting it for public hearing on October 7th? No objections, motion carries. Yes, sir.
Since this is an ordinance change, can we vote our machine?
This is just introducing.
Oh,
setting
okay,
it for
introducing
public
it.
hearing.
Okay, I'm
Is that a
sorry.
question before we do that?
Yes, sir. Wait, you have a question?
One question, if we set it for public hearing on the 7th and we agree to it, will they be able to automatically,
They're already doing it.
They already said
Yes,
that's
it
right.
is.
we're just making it legal?
Yeah, we will make the changes in the
We
ordinance.
started the next week.
They can take off the outlaw.
Voted to allow them to begin immediately, but you have to put in the ordinance and correct it. So, okay, I'm understanding there's no objection to setting this ordinance for a public hearing on October 7th. The next agenda item, Madam Clerk,
I know.
6B.
An ordinance fixing the terms of purchase of tracks A and B of the Ormico Canal Drainage Project. This is from Mr. Roy Williams.
So
It's
moved.
0.26 acres.
So,
Point.
I'm sorry, you made the
She
motion.
said
Rack.
so move first.
Mr. Rack.
oh, I forgot. I make first.
Mr. Rack,
Se-
motion by Mr. Rack, second by
Mr. Lewis.
Mr. Lewis. Is there any discussion? Yes.
Why is this separate versus those?
The other property was expropriated. And
He's so willing.
he sold Wilkie
Oh,
He
okay.
was more.
And he was the last one to get the money.
He was.
so nice.
He's been worried about it. Every time he comes to the store, I think, you got your money? No, I think you better go see it, man.
He did. He said,
Very nice.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, we need to hurry and get his check.
Yeah.
So,
People getting
all right,
old.
yes,
Man,
Mr. Lewis.
I wanted to, thank you. I could be something else, but I like to give due what's due, because we had some concerns with the Armco, project, with the state reviewing and things, but, this ditch, as somebody said, to nowhere, is that much closer to reality.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah, it's, yeah.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Today, I got from the engineer, that the Corps of Engineer, we got the Corps' approval. So, and they assured me, I think I gave it to
Yeah.
Ms. Dirac, that, they talked to Senator Mills. Senator Mills got in contact with, Mr. Jim Lee. It's sitting on his desk, there's some the funding is there, but the state is maneuvering some stuff.
Yeah.
And so, he said by the
The plans
19th.
they had to approve the final plan.
But-
And I called Taylor Barra, Representative Barra, and Senator Mills last week, and they said they would get on top of it and make sure that it was done. And it gave us a date. by the
September
end of-
19th.
Yeah, September 19th.
So with,
We hoping
we
to
still
get it
have this
released.
property, so once we do the property,
We'll be ready.
they're working on the plans right now. I'm saying, I think the end of October.
Yeah, but I want the people to know in the listening area that I'm on top of it,
Yes,
because I
ma'am.
call and talk to
Yes,
Al
ma'am.
Neal regularly,
Yeah.
and I
On
got
top of it.
documentation that they sent to me,
Yes,
you know,
ma'am.
where they are and how long it's gonna be,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
if they forgot about it, I don't know
Direct
what
checks
myself.
with us on
But I
at
check
least
regularly
once a
on that,
week.
because I'm very, very concerned and wanna see it to an end. Thank you, Mr. Shudu, for helping me that when I wasn't
All
here.
right, so I'm assuming there's no objection to paying Mr. Roy. No objection?
Cut the rabbit's check.
All right.
Well, we have to,
have the
hearing.
this is just
Oh, yeah,
a,
this is just introduced.
Oh, we have to set it for public
Public hearing.
hearing, so, it'll be after the next October.
I told him no.
He knows,
He knows.
he's been very agreeable. Okay, the announcements, the next city council meeting will be held on Tuesday, October 7th. Mr. Merrill's neighborhood watch meeting, September 18th at the Slyman at 6 o'clock. Budget meetings, please, we're not calling everybody, you have a list in your book, and I'm gonna remind you right now. Tuesday, the 23rd, next Tuesday, we have another
Next
budget
Tuesday,
meeting at
okay.
5:30.
I'll be there.
Then September the 30th, we will have adoption of the budget, we have another meeting on September 30th and adoption on the 21st of October. So we have 2 more budget meetings before adoption. Okay, Sugar Cane Festival this weekend, 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th, next weekend, I'm sorry.
Thank y'all for the
I
board.
ask for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Peggy, that came from Emily.
Yeah, I know.